Hello and good evening. Who have we got in? Just two of you? Oh well, I'm sure you all catch up. But this is a surprise live stream. There's me, myself, as you know, the Newport County supporter, and Henry is back as a Swindon supporter. He does come to watch us as well, when Swindon are playing away somewhere really far. But you live in Newport now, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So, so he's lived in Newport all his life. But tell us how you became a Swindon Town fan then.
To start off, the first football match that I watched was on telly with my granddad, and it was like Premier League. And he was a Man United fan. We watched a lot of Man United games, but then I think when I was in year 6 in school, when I was about 10 years old, my granddad took me to my first Swindon game in the year Swindon got promoted from League Two under Paul Sturrock.
Mm.
Um, Carried on going since then. That was back in 2007. 31st of March 2007, we beat Shrewsbury 2-1.
There we go. So that's how Henry's a Swindon fan, but he also comes to the county as well. So Matthew Marsden is asking, what is this all about then, Taff? Basically, this is a preview to the Swindon game on Saturday with a Newport County fan and a Swindon fan. So we're bringing you, we're going to take questions from you guys. I'm going to talk about where I think Newport County are going to be strong and weak on the weekend, and then obviously Henry's going to take over and talk to us a bit about Swindon and what we can expect to see from them. But I say, first of all, we'll allow you guys to gather in, drop in your first comments and start asking a couple of questions, and then we'll delve into the details of the game and what we can expect to see and fire in some obviously biased predictions. So EW Labs is in, all right, lads. Yeah, well, you do well, don't you, Labs, out of this stream? How much stuff have you won now? I mean, you won a bunch of programs, and now obviously you're getting, is it the FIFA cards you're getting? So Amber Army's asking for score predictions. He'll come at the end, my friend. Just stick with us.
I haven't quite thought that yet.
No, but I have. I'm not sure whether to say 2-0 or 3-0. So Labs is asking for his prize tomorrow. Have you got another bottle of water for Kev? I think he's going to need it. What we got here now? Who was your starting 11 for the Swindon game? We're going to get to that one. Now I'm getting the poster and everything. Yes, of course. So Matthew Marsden thinks it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Would you take that?
Not at home, no. I'll take. But the thing is, the way I see football is, I don't like the idea of saying I'll take a draw before the game's been started.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go into a football match, you're not going to win titles. You're not going to get promotions by saying, "Oh, we're going to get a draw there." I fancy taking a draw there. You're going to win titles and get promotion by getting 3 points at difficult places. Fair enough. If you're down to 10 men, and you scrape a 1-1 draw after being 1-0 down, fair enough.
Yeah.
Or if you were 1-0 down for the majority of the game, the last kick of the game, you've got a last minute equaliser, yeah, I will take the points. But if before the game's been started, I can't see why people would want to take the points.
I don't think it's so much that people want to see a draw. I mean, obviously, you go to see your team, you want to see your team win, of course. I think when people are being sort of realistic with what they can expect from the game, I mean, any county fan that says they wouldn't take a draw, away to you guys with how you've been doing this season, would be crazy. I think if we draw the tough away games and win the tough home games, then we're obviously going to be in a good place, and surely that's a philosophy that you can live with as well.
Majority of last season, I was happy to take. Last season I was happy to take a lot of points away from home because last season was just dire. It was just. For example, my granddad. I'll tell you how bad Swindon's been the last 4 to 5 years. My granddad used to be jumpy up and down, like he loves it, and the last 4 or 5 years, he's been falling asleep at games.
Is it? Jeez.
And that's how bad.
That's a sorry state of affairs, isn't it, for Swindon?
And usually I'm quite animated, and usually I like to shout. But even I'm just sat there, my arms folded, not expecting much. But this season, there's sort of they've got that ability which makes you like, oh. Wow, because every time we go forward, we look like we can score, and that's what gets it. And the club is a lot more. And what Richie Wellens has done with the club this year, he's for the last 4 or 5 years, the fans have been in the wilderness.
Yeah.
They've not been part of the club like the Decanu years were all part of a unit. And we used to get big crowds. Okay, the crowds are still not big now, but you go to the county ground now, and yes, the atmosphere is coming back. You can feel it. The fans are getting back on side. You can see and the fans are actually singing the names of players that go in off the pitch or they've had a shot. We haven't had that for a long time. Yeah. So it's really nice to actually feel the fans connected with the team again.
So how close were you to the playoffs last year, as it turned out? How many points adrift were you in the end?
I remember we finished 14th in the end, but I think we did bottle it in the end of the season. I think with too many draws. was the problem in the end. I can't think. I think it's about 10 points. I think maybe 9 points, something like that. But considering where we were from the beginning, before Richie Wellens came in, we were like, it's all about surviving relegation. But then all of a sudden Richie comes in, when we got a belief that we can sneak into the playoffs, and it was nice to have that. But realistically, we knew we didn't have the squad to get there. Yeah. But it was nice to believe. It's nice to get that feeling back after having a terrible start.
So that's pretty much the lowdown with Swindon at the moment, then, guys. So you're feeling quite confident at the moment about this season.
This is the first time in a long time I can actually say, yeah, I'm confident.
I mean, I can tell you're quite passionate about it as well.
I love it. I love the club. It's for, well, like I said, since 2007. How many years is that now? It's easy. It's a long
12
time.
Years.
Yeah, 12 years. And the majority of my time being a Swindon fan, there's been a lot of success or a lot of fights for promotion from League One to the Championship mainly. But since we all know the history. I mean, if you know stuff about Swindon, we know the fans have got a very diverse opinion on the chairman, and a lot of I'd say about 80% of the fans are probably against him personally. That's my view. I don't know, because you don't really hear a lot of people say, "Oh, we love Lee Barry's they've got for the club," because, like I said, when he first came, he said in 5 years' time, we're going to be a Championship club. That's my goal. And then 5 years' time, we're a League Two club struggling to get out of the division. So that's a bit of that puts things in perspective.
The Di Canio appointment he got right though.
He wasn't in charge when we had Di Canio.
Was he not?
No. He came after Di Canio. Well, Di Canio did overspend and then put us in a lot of trouble, and because we had to get a new owner in.
I suppose Di Canio would have only overspent because
someone let him.
He was given that budget to spend.
We did have quite a big, not a big name, but we did have quite a well-off backing person. I think his name was Andrew Black. He had. He was within the horse racing and stuff. He had, and I think he was owner of a betting company. I think it was.
Oh right, okay.
And so he had a few bob, and we had one of the highest budgets in League Two. I think it was the highest budget, and we bought players who were from Championship when they were coming down to League Two. And we just obviously. The story was there then. We won the League Two title. We got to Wembley in the Johnston Smith Trophy final as well, and that season was. I think that was the most exciting season ever because. You went to Swindon and you thought, yeah, we're going to win this game. Yeah, we're going to win this game. And there was one interesting fact, I think it was, that Swindon only conceded 1 goal in 19 home matches in League Two under Di Canio. So that was a record to die for, really, I think, because it was a brilliant record. Yeah.
I mean, it's a similar record to what we've got at the moment with the amount of clean sheets that we've been keeping.
Yeah.
So there's pretty much a lowdown on Swindon for you. So EW Lab saying prizes for guessing the score and scorers. Taff. Well, you're on the prediction league, so that's it. You know, there's no more prizes, mate, because you guys are bleeding me dry. EW Lab Swindon should buy Adi Aziz off us, quality player, interested lads.
I've seen enough of him to say no, thank you.
It's a shame as well. He's a really nice guy, Adi Aziz.
Sorry, no offence. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but football-wise, nah. And I do wish him all the best. Hope he gets back from injury. Yeah. But on a playing front, I'm happy with our strikers at the moment. So.
Right then. So evening all from Craig Owie, live on a Thursday. Yes, Nick. Nick is our resident Ipswich fan. How about Marsh Brown? Oh, there you go. You can have them both.
Well,
for free.
Personally, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've seen parts of Marsh Brown where he does. Yeah, he's got quality. He's got the ability. And
do you think he's got to apply that ability in League Two, or do you think he's a National League player?
I think he's a bit of. I think he's one of those players at the moment because I'm not saying this as in a nasty way. If you look at the size of the clubs between Swindon and Newport, I mean, you look at Marsh Brown, he probably thinks he's bigger than the club. He's probably got that attitude because he's had. I think it was MLS teams looking at him. Was it? I heard.
Well, apparently that was just some rumour mill because obviously you had that America's Gold Cup thing being played in the States, so there were scouts going and watching games, and because Marsh Brown was part of a he was playing well for I can't even think of the bloody country he plays for, to be honest, but because he'd been part of our season, even though he didn't play a massive part of it, and because he'd been playing well over there, people were just assuming that they were looking at him.
And he was Forest Green fans. I heard they rated him quite highly as well, so they obviously saw something in him.
But they were happy to see the back of him when he joined us, though.
So, I mean, I think there's probably an attitude problem with him. probably is. I mean, I've heard the story that's been going on recently with him and the Where's Wally post.
Oh yeah.
So
His photoshopping was fucking awful.
so
But yeah. So Marsh Brown, in a very similar way, it's like Christian Jolly. He
like
was
him.
the best player in the National League the season we got promoted. Even though we spent half a season in there, he was still the best player in the league that year. He got promoted with us, and within a season and a half, he ended up having to leave because he just couldn't hack it in League Two. And it was the same story as when he was there with Wimbledon.
yeah.
So I think Marsh Brown possibly is a bit like that. He got promoted with Forest Green, playing extremely well for them. That's why Flynn obviously rated him.
Yeah.
But that's where he is now. So look, guys, this isn't going to be a long stream. This isn't like a regular Taff Live on a Sunday where we have our Focus 10, our trivia and questions. This is merely a preview for the Swindon game on Saturday. Henry, for those of you who watch the majority of the videos on this channel will have seen Henry before. In previous Swindon games, we've done this kind of preview video. We thought, for once, why not go live and make it a bit of a surprise, for you guys who just stumbled across, oh, Taff's live tonight. But this time, I got a good looking chap with me.
Cheers.
And, I don't often say very nice things.
That's the country place.
Guyana, yes. Yeah. Thank you, labs.
What about Rude
So, Rude Hullet, yeah. See, Nick, the history on Rude Hullet is Nick gave an answer to a trivia question.
Oh, right.
And actually spelt Rude Hullet that way. Rude is in R-U-D-E and Hullet with the H, not the G. So, yeah, sorry, Nick. It's just, that was just so funny that night. That was great. That really was good. So, Mr. Weenie. Who's Mr. Oh, Me Weenie. All right, Me Weenie. All right. Honestly, right, you read some of the names on this.
And you just wish you hadn't.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you about what the guy who was coming on as Gareth Thomas was saying. That was bad stuff. And we've had Madeleine McCann in these chats. We've had Osama bin Laden. We've had some characters.
Dank wee fade sweet.
See what I mean? These chats they get a bit crazy at times, but we're not going to go off topic now. Obviously, we got Newport County versus Swindon.
Yeah.
Hope we go easy on the young lad tonight, Chris. Don't worry, he brought the Vaseline with him, so it's fine. I'm just joking. There we go.
That's good. This.
Well, it'll be good later. That's just a joke, mate. It's just a joke. You don't need the Vaseline. Apparently, I've only got a weenie. How is McNamara playing? Says the Millwall fan. McNamara is quality, mate. I'm really, really happy with him. Although he did have a poor game when we played against Macclesfield and Northampton. I didn't go to those games, so I couldn't critique his performance. But up until that point, he was fantastic, absolutely excellent.
I've only seen him play once, and I was against Mansfield. In all fairness, he was brilliant in that game.
Yeah,
he is.
He's absolutely top draw, mate. I think a couple of years time, he'll be playing for you in the Championship. Right then, so imagine be a Spurs fan, says James.
Out of respect to Spurs fans, I don't think we should go there.
No. Out of respect for any football fan, I don't think we should go there. Right then, so we're going to talk a bit about the game now and a bit about what we can expect from both teams. Flinny tends to get quite brave in these kind of situations, so I'm kind of expecting him to play with Whiteley, Abrahams and Hammond
The front three.
As a front three, maybe with Whiteley as a support striker behind the two. He'll play a back four with the full-backs of McNamara and Haynes, with Hawkins and O'Brien in the centre, King in goal.
Yeah.
I think Labardi, Sheehan and Bennett will play in the centre. And I think it'll be something of a diamond midfield. So Bennett just behind Labardi and Sheehan.
Yeah.
And just above then will be Whiteley with Abrahams and Hammond in front. I personally think that's how Flynn's going to line up.
Yeah.
You'll probably end up picking 3 or 4 players different to me with a completely different system.
You don't know what's going on in his brain. He's
Mm.
probably got an idea in his head, but then maybe seen a couple of clips and thought, oh, maybe we need to change that around. Maybe put a player in that can mark a certain player. I mean, I can easily talk about Swindon, but I don't want to give too much away to Flinney because personally I like to get 3 points on this game.
Well, I'd imagine he's done his own work, mate, so I don't think you're going to say anything that Flynn hasn't already seen. And I'd imagine he's got better things to do on a Thursday night than listen to me and you talk about the game.
Who knows? Who knows? He could be one of these guys.
Oh, he could be. He could be Osama bin Laden if he shows up. So Newport fan says Upper County. Also, EW Labs are saying Swindon County and Exeter to go up. I'll take that.
Yeah. As long as we get I don't care. As long as we get promotion, I don't care how it is. Playoffs or third, second, third. I don't care. As long as we go up and out of this league, I don't care. I really don't.
Craig Hoey, what's the deal with buying the county top, Chris? Every time I've gone on their website, they're sold out. It's because we're the bollocks, mate, you know, and everyone wants to buy a top. I don't know, mate. I think your best bet is to go into the club shop itself. If we're sold out, you can pre-order one for when the next batch comes in, and then they will set aside that for you, and they'll take your number and give you a call and let you know when it's in. So I think that's your best bet, matey. EW Labs, so King, McNamara, Haykins, O'Brien, Haynes, Labadi, Sheehan, Wilmot, Whiteley, Abraham, Hammond. Well, Wilmot, yes. I'd say Wilmot, possibly if McNamara doesn't play, Wilmot will be on the right. I don't think Wilmot is effective in midfield. I think he's not a central midfielder for me. He's not part of a diamond midfield unless he's playing just beyond the strikers.
He's more effective on the wing, isn't he?
I think he's better off on the wing. Better off on the side. I think that's where he's at his strongest.
You saw the damage he caused Leicester. You saw the damage he caused Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's a lot of people that like to say, you know, he does it for the TV cameras, but you know, if he's got that ability there, I mean, he just shows it week in, week out. It stands out when it's on TV. You know.
For what I've seen, every time I've seen him play, he puts his head down, runs down the line, and then the right back, left back, whoever he's playing against, they can't keep up because of his pace, and he's got good ball control.
So Nick Muller's gonna rub something right into you, yeah. I once saw Ipswich beat Swindon 6-0 at their ground. So he went to the county ground and watched.
Was I live then?
So how old are you, Nick? And when was that? Was that in like the 1940s or something?
Definitely, it wasn't recent. I remember that.
There's a reason why I like Adi Aziz so much, and that's only because of the chant, mate. I don't think it's the player, it's the chant.
Yeah, I think that's the only chant I probably hear.
So Labs is saying that he'd always play Robbie because he's such a good lad and player. He is a good lad. I saw Robbie in Morrison's on Saturday after the game.
We had good banter.
He always says hello.
Yeah, we had good banter with him at home when we played last year. Yeah. We had a bit of banter with him, and he took it on the chin, and the Swindon fans applauded him as well. So
yeah,
he's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah.
So he does. It's nice to see a player that's not just oh, well, it's my birthday. That is. It's my birthday. That is.
So Nick's 47. I actually thought you were younger than that, Nick. To be honest with you. So it's 1997 live on Sky. Bloody hell. Flynn could be one of these lads being found out. Oh yeah, that's it now. The game's up, Flinny. No, but I mean, I think we can change the LA chant and that Flinny is Madeleine McCann. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, the McCanns shouldn't worry too bad. I mean, they could be grandparents by now.
I'm not getting involved in that.
No, sorry, mate. I mean, I know your job, you work with children, I believe, yes?
Yeah.
So, you've got to be as professional as you can at all times. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, we're talking football now.
Yeah.
So, I've spoken a bit about what we can expect from the county. The floor is yours with Swindon.
Okay. Well, this year I think we've recruited well for a start. We've had some injuries though lately, which I think is going to affect us. We've given Luke McCormick a chance to be our number one this year. It's because Vigouroux left. There's good reasons for him to leave. It's an attitude problem. It was bad for the dressing room. But I think the best bit of business was probably at the moment is not selling Keshi Anderson, because we put him on the transfer list because of attitude. But he sort of turned his head around and was like, right, I want to play for the club now, and his performances have been pretty good at the moment. But he went off injured on Saturday, so hopefully he'll be back. But as a team, for Saturday, I believe, if you know any of these players, you might do, you might not. At right back, we've got Rob Hunt, who'd come from Oldham. He's quite an attacking right back.
Rob Hunt, yeah. I know his brother Isaac.
No, assistant manager as well, no. We've got Matthew Bowdry in centre back. We've got him from Leyton Orient, I believe, who's really really experienced in League Two.
Yeah.
And one person tipped him to be one of the best centre backs in League Two. And he's a ball playing centre back, which is nice because he's not one of those just who fit.
Yeah, you don't get many ball-playing centre-backs. I mean, that's what we miss with Demetriou at the moment, because he's a good ball-playing centre-back, whereas O'Brien and Hawkins
They're not
are
very.
not.
Yeah, they're not. Alongside him, Dion Conroy, another ball-playing centre-back. So two ball-playing centre-backs, which suits our play
Yeah.
because it's quick fire movement, moving the ball around, and it's good. And if you're going to have, and the way I see football now is it's no longer kicking forward; it's starting from the back and moving it up the pitch.
Yeah.
And having two ball-playing centre-backs is really important.
Yeah.
We also got a left back with no longer Matty Taylor as he retired. We've got Zeki Friars, who used to be at Manchester United, who played at centre back on Saturday because obviously Matty Bowdry is one of the players injured, which is a bit of a worry.
Yeah, Zeki Friars, he was also at Crystal Palace, wasn't he?
Palace, he was at Palace and he was at Barnsley as well. In midfield, we've got Anthony Grant on loan from Shrewsbury, who is he's 36 years old, but you can tell he's played over 500 games in the Football League.
Yeah.
Because you can see the quality he has on the ball. He doesn't do rash decisions. He moves the ball in the right ways, which is what you need. You need that calmness on the ball in midfield, and he has that. We've got Lloyd Yearsgrove. Some of you might know him.
Yeah, Welsh lad.
Yeah, fiery, small. He's very small, but he's quick. He's skillful, and he can cause defenders nightmares. He's caused a lot of players nightmares.
He's a Welsh product of the Southampton Academy, I believe.
Yeah.
Lloyd Isgrove. Yeah, I remember watching him when he was really young, playing for, I think it was Wales in the 19s, I believe he was playing for at the time. And I thought he's going to be some player. He hasn't progressed.
He's had a lot of injury issues.
Yeah.
And obviously that injury has forced him to play lower league. But I think he hasn't. He's been playing a lot this season though, with a thigh problem apparently. But he's played majority of the games. He still looks sharp. He still looks frightening. But there is that risk that we're worried that we don't want to push him too much. That's why Richard's been taking him off for the last 10 minutes. So
fair enough.
But he does. But I think he's reviving his career. I can see a lot of teams looking at it. He's got 5 assists already.
Is he still pretty young at the moment?
He's about 25, 26.
Yeah.
So he's got time in him. He's lightning quick, and Swindon haven't had a winger like him, I believe, since Alex Pritchard, who's now at Huddersfield, and it was a brilliant. Yet again, small and also with Israel, he reminds me a lot about when we had Matt Ritchie.
Yeah.
But because he's exact same build, exact same look, and it's like having Matt Ritchie again, but a bit more pacey. He's one of the best signings we've had. And to be honest, when we saw him on trial, I thought there's no way we're going to be able to pull this off and get him. But obviously, then he signed the contract at in an open season friendly. They announced it on the tannoy and said, he's signing for us, and everyone's like, well. Yeah. They announced it with the fans there, which was a nice.
Oh, that's good. That is. Yeah, so, I like that.
Other players we got Jerry Yates on loan from Yacht Rotherham, striker who's scoring goals at the moment, alongside his partner Owen Doyle, who's on loan from Bradford. And let me just tell, if there's any Bradford fans on here who tell us he is rubbish, which they have been saying to us, well, I think the 7 goals he scored for us already this season shows that you're playing him in a wrong system at Bradford, and you're playing him in a system which suits him for us, which is low on the floor. He's a snapshotter. He loves to have that snapshot, and majority of them either are on target. Not, I won't say they all go in, but majority of them are on target, and that's what you need is a striker that can hit the target and force the keeper to make saves. And
so there you go.
So who else?
I can remember Doyle. He was the one, and he was playing for Chesterfield, I believe, in League One, and Cardiff signed him.
Yeah, he scored
into the Championship, and he flopped a bit there, didn't he? So he dropped back into the Championship with Bradford, into the League One with Bradford, and
his highs was with Chesterfield when they got promoted from League Two because he was top scorer.
Yeah, that's right, and that was our first season back in the Football League, funny enough.
Yeah, and then I think Cardiff signed him, and then he didn't do very well at Cardiff. He was loaned out. He went to Preston, didn't hit off there. Although he was with Richie Wellens when Richie Wellens was older manager, and he did score 13 goals in about 30 games there, which for a team that were relegated. So that's something. So you can score goals for a relegation team. So
someone's got to stand out, I suppose. You know, in a crap season. Yeah, and
it's unfortunate for Richie. I mean, we all know the history of Oldham. We know what's going on behind the scenes. No matter what manager's been going there, the success is not happening because the board are not fully supportive behind their manager.
So that's what we can expect from Swindon then. So let's go back and let's have a little look at some of the points that have been made.
Don't get me started on Crawley.
Howard Crawley and Colchester from the 4th round. Well, they've done well, fair play to them.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if you noticed, there's a Crawley fan in the League 2 banter page who's milking every result.
Well, the thing is, I've been kicked out of the League 2 banter page.
Oh.
I took the piss out of one of the admins on there, so he decided to ban me for life.
No.
He was a Lincoln fan.
What's he still doing in there? He should be League One.
Yeah, well, I've asked so many people to campaign to get me back in there, and none of my so-called mates have bothered their ass.
No.
Henry, challenge for you tonight, mate.
Right, I'll have a word.
I expect to be back in the morning. So EW Labs. Oh, a minute, sorry. Yeah, there you go. Nick Muller, straight off. How according Colchester from the 4th round. Quite simply, they won. EW Labs. If Mickey was available, he'd play and take every long throw. I know it annoys the fans, but it works in training, so it will eventually work in games. Well, it causes problems, these long throws, and it caused the Premier League and Championship teams problems that we played last season. So
it does. I mean, the long throws. It's like a corner, and if it finds the right, you've got to get the movement right in the box. If you get the movement right in the box, and then players, then eventually it will go in. I mean, they've got to have that know where the ball's going. They've got to have the right idea. Maybe work on a couple of different drills, and eventually they will get it. I'm hoping, hopefully that'll be after Saturday, but obviously he's not going to play on Saturday, is he? But
so we got a question for you, Henry. You're on the spot now. Question for the Swindon lad. How have Tyler Reid and Danny Rose been doing?
Danny Rose, we signed him in January last year, in last season, and he's brilliant. I heard I didn't know he's a Swindon lad. He's brought up around that area.
Yeah.
So he's got that.
He's somewhere
Wiltshire.
Between Bristol and Swindon.
He's got that Wiltshire accent. You can hear it in him. But yeah, he's brilliant. I mean, he's been injured. He's been injured the majority of this season already. He's come back only 3 weeks ago, and it was a bit. He did find it hard to get back into life because obviously he had players like Jordan Lydon in front of him, who was brilliant. But then Jordan got injured, so then that was Danny's chance to come in, and he's taken his chance really well. He was phenomenal away at Leyton Orient. He ran the park. I mean, okay, Leyton Orient not doing too well, but still to show that you're leading the team in the middle is really good. Tyler Reid. He started off really well, I thought he had a good start until the game at Cheltenham, which I felt sorry for him because the Swindon fans cheered when he got substituted because he didn't seem confident, he didn't seem to know what he didn't know if I don't think he knew where he was playing because he thought he was playing centre back when actually he was a right back. So he kept getting drawn out.
So that's the same Tyler Reid that we had on loan, isn't it? Yeah.
He's shown what he can do. He's strong. He's physical, but I think he's low on confidence at the moment. And but I'm not gonna hammer the guy because he's a lovely guy. I mean, I've seen him at Swindon with the kids. He loves to have a chat with the kids, and he's very involved with the fans. He likes to get involved and have a chat with the fans. He's a really nice guy, and hopefully, when his chance comes, he'll take it and then start and get better. But I can see it in him, which is there. But at the moment, he's going to find it hard to get Rob Hunt out of the side, and it's going to be hard to get Zeki Fries because he has played left back as well. But it'd be hard to get them out of the sides, and especially with LSD and Dolo, who was last year was my person I just really couldn't stand playing on the Swindon pitch because he was awful. But this season, I swear he's been to the gym, he's bulked up, and now he's a lot better than he was. He's not doing the stupid long balls all the time.
Just goes to show that not only can you improve your game, but you can change perception of you as well.
Yeah.
Right then, Regan Poole linked to Swindon and the county as he only signed a 1-year contract with the Dons apparently.
The winky face gives it away.
Ball playing centre back. He is good, mind you. EW Labs, Hammond is a curse for me. Every time I say he's going to score, he doesn't. But when I don't say he will, he scored. Take one for the teammate and say Hammond isn't going to score 4 goals on Saturday.
Please don't.
So, Dan Short, hey Taff. Hey Dan. He's our resident Bournemouth and Poole Town fan.
Poole Town. Charlie Austin. There's another one for us.
Yes.
So, our hero from Swindon, Charlie. Bought it from Poole Town. 46 goals in 46 games before he joined us. So
marvellous.
And then look what he's gone on to do in his career.
Yeah, it's a similar scoring record to Connor Washington when we picked him up from St Ives.
There's always that one gem that you find in the low leagues, and you have to find them. You have to find the right ones. Like I was speaking to Lloyd as well about Corey Whiteley. I mean, for what I've seen of Corey Whiteley, he's got that ability. He could be one of those players.
Absolutely.
So you never know.
The only thing is, it was a bit late in the game for Corey Whiteley. He's 27 years old at the moment.
Is he 27?
Yeah, he's 27. I thought he was younger than that. He is actually 27.
He was like 20.
No, he's 27.
Really?
Definitely, he's 27 years old.
That shocks me.
And obviously, picking people up from the depths of non-league, that's where Jamie Vardy came from.
Exactly.
That small team
That's a
up
prime
Sheffield.
example. Yeah, look at him playing
Yeah.
for England. Well, not anymore, but yeah.
Nah, he will be. He'll be back in the England squad. But he isn't scoring that much for Leicester at the moment, though, is he?
No, but he's still got that knack to get the odd goal that's important.
He's a bit. He'll end up being like a Kevin Phillips. He's one of those.
Yeah.
He'll get overlooked for England, but you know, he scores goals.
It's gonna be hard to not carry Kane out, isn't it, with him scoring every week for England? So.
No, that's it. So Millwall T. What formation does Swindon play at home?
It has been mixture between 4-4-2 and 4-4-3. 4-4-3. That's Terry John Moore. That is. You'd said that in the county one. So I think we go 4-4-3, and I was like, what? but no.
I hear Flynn doesn't like Terry.
No. Well, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Yeah.
But
We'll
no.
have a chat later.
Swindon have played 4-3-3 a lot this year, and that's with they've played with Isgrove, Jerry Yates or Owen Doyle, and behind them they've played so far Anthony Grant with Danny Rose and Michael Doughty, but Grant has been playing deeper, Doughty, but also Doughty has come back now from his suspension. So last year he was a central attacking midfielder, but now he's come back in. They thought better to play him as a defensive midfielder because he can whip those balls around. He's a very good passer of the ball. He can get the ball around. And Keshi Anderson's actually been playing as a central attacking midfielder in the 3. That's before Doughty came back, so I know it's all muddled now. But we have got quite a few good players. A lot of our players are good on the ball, which is nice, which is good. And having that is better than what we had last year. A lot of players panicking on the ball. But this year's with Keshi, because there's a lot of attack-minded players. We've got Kane Woolery, he's easily one of the fastest players in the league. He's lightning quick, and he's one of those players that can flick a ball around the defender and go far away from him and still catch up with that ball, even if the defender's got 5 yards on him. Because Woolery will catch up and get in front of that defender and nick the ball away from him because he's that quick. Keshi's good at doing little pivots, little turns in around the box, which then cause defenders havoc. I know he did it a lot at Rodney Parade last year, but we didn't score, which is the only issue. He was pivoting around. I'll never forget where he went through, I think it was 3 or 4 Newport players, where he had the shot, but they saved it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just shows he's got that quality. If he gets past 4 players on a rugby pitch like at County,
you do on a flat surface,
do it on a flat surface easily.
Taff to be back in tomorrow because he's real. Back in where? I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, mate. Dan Short. Yeah, so question for the Swindon lad, is Donald McDermott still on the books? By the way, his name's Henry if you need to know.
Yeah. No, he wasn't with us last year. He left in the summer of 2018. It was a shame really. He had an injury hit season, but yeah, I liked him. He was a good player. I mean, he showed a lot of good quality. I mean, he could whip a good cross in. But then again, he wasn't one of those players that you thought will get off your seats. He was one of those that can just turn someone and whip a cross in and we could score. He never had much opportunity, but when you had an injury hit season, he was on and off. He was never really in the sides. But it was unfortunate for him. I did like him. He did have that calmness on the ball.
And then so guys, we're going to look at wrapping up now shortly. So we'll bang out these last ones. Do I get points for that? Absolutely not. Sorry, labs. Whiteley is class. Yeah, I'm a fan of his. We just need to see more of him. So question for you lads: Jordan Ibe, good or bad for Bournemouth? He should be good, but he doesn't get the play as often as I think he should.
No, I like him. I think he's a decent player. But I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? You got to give him game time. You can't just say he plays one game and then he's done bad. You got to give him that time to bed into the squad and understand who's around him. So
100%.
He needs more chances.
Best player in each team, Ahmed is obviously, but has looked off it recently. I'm going to say Lavardi for us as our best player.
I agree on that one.
Who's yours?
It's tricky, but I think the all-round. It's not tricky. I think Lloyd Isgrove's our best player. Yeah. The stress he causes defenders, it says it all really. So.
Right then, so Elliot, you're going to get me back in that League 2 banter group as well, mate, are you? Good lad. Adi Aziz is the fastest player in the league. What a player. Everyone's obsessed with Adi Aziz. It's probably because I jumped all over Kevin singing the Adiz chant on this stream the once before. Crazy. So guys, yeah, we're going to wrap it up now then. We're going to fire off our predictions. My prediction is that it's going to be 1-1.
Okay. There's... I thought of it.
Be as honest as you want. I know you got a lot of county fans around, but be as honest and blunt as you want.
Well, they'll see me in Bar Amber, won't they? So, personally, I think with Swindon scoring a lot of goals, I can see there be goals in this game. But I am worried with Newport because I've noticed they haven't scored more than 1 goal since Mansfield. So, is that true?
We haven't scored. We haven't scored in the league. We haven't scored more. Yeah, correct. We haven't scored more than 1 goal in the game.
I can't see Newport getting a lot of goals, but I would personally, with us scoring goals, I can see it being 3-1 maybe. But I don't want to jinx it because I know I've probably had now. But I would say, I'm going to say 3-1 Swindon if the strikers are on form.
So there you go then, guys. You know exactly who to fill in when you see over the county next if Swindon end up beating us 3-1.
Yeah. Oh. What's this now? Can't wait to see them.
So can't. Don't know what you mean there, mate. Sorry. Predictions on the game then. So there it was. Forest Green. No, can't stand them.
Yeah, no.
That's the end. That's the end. We're ending it on a bad note now, lads.
No, I just spoiled it. As
No vegans allowed. No, we had chicken for our tea. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thanks, everybody. Show Harry your coaster, Henry. But I think I called you Harry once, didn't I, before?
Yeah.
I did think, like, the first time I met you, introduced yourself as Henry, and then I went, oh, Harry, we're having a game of pool.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Forest Green, we scored 2 at Forest Green, didn't we?
Yeah, I saw the goals, yeah.
Well done, lads. It's a good job you're in, yeah. Yeah, Henry, I'll show Henry my coaster, and you'll be able to do your Swindon time one with that badge on it. I'll show you the coaster now.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll get you in touch. No, you sort you out.
I'm worried now.
Right. As worried as Luke Jones. He's usually a regular on this. He must be working tonight. I bet you're happy with that, aren't you? Luke Jones will come on the stag with us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can never forget that night.
No.
Oh, dear.
And,
we'll leave it at that.
I think you were feeling a bit, what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of?
Touchy-feely?
No. There's a word. There's a word. Not abused, but I can't think.
I'm gonna say scarred.
Yeah, scarred will do. Scarred will do. And that's what Luke did to Henry.
That's not the only person.
Yeah. Well, so keep your fingers to yourself, Luke, and fists and everything else. Right then, thanks all for watching tonight, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Henry, and may the best team win on Saturday.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah.
And
sure we'll meet up after the game because I'll be staying in Swindon tonight.
And I'm probably going to be pissed off because you'll probably end up beating us, and I'm going to want someone to slap. So
I'll be avoiding you now. I'll give you a week to calm down.
Nah, I'll be fine. Lloyd will be the one.
No, he'll be out here. He's not even going, bless him. So
no, work's more important apparently.
Well, I'm lucky I work on a week in 5 days in a week. So.
Same here. Happy days. Football on the weekend.
Happy days, I can't.
Nothing stopping us. Right, good night then, guys. Thank you very much.
Night
and cheerio for now. And as always, up the county. Shut up.